So the week before Christmas, I was driving to church Sunday morning and noticed some things blowing across the road, and wasn't going to stop. It just seemed like trash in the road. And at the last minute, I said, "Well, oh, it looks like it could be something important and belongs to my neighbor." So I stopped, and they were lottery tickets. So I just put them in my pocket, drove home, and or drove to church, came home, and kind of forgot about them. I found them again, and they were all wet, torn up, and I just thought, well, let's just throw them away. They're probably not worth anything. And then also I'll go over to my neighbor's house and see if he lost the lottery tickets. Well, so I end up asking him. He said, "No, I didn't lose any," and I couldn't think of who else they could be in the area, and just took him to a place in town and asked. I've never bought a lottery ticket in my life. I don't know how this works or how to see if I've won anything. They're all gummy, and you couldn't really see the letters. So she scanned them, and they were worth $100. So wow, that's not nothing. I mean, it's not a huge prize, but it's a decent amount of money. So the question now is, what should I do with it? I guess you could say it's mine. Finders keepers, losers weepers, goes the ancient adage. But I don't think that if we think seriously about it, we would say that's fine. If I lose an object as I'm walking down the street or driving down the road, and you find it, it doesn't make it yours. Now it's true that probably a lot of people would just pocket things they find and think, what's the big deal? No one's going to catch me, and even if they did, I just say that I found it. But I think on serious consideration, we realize that this is immoral. If I find an object, I have an obligation to return it to the owner. And that's an interesting moral claim, that even though it's not my fault they lost it and I didn't do anything, now I have a kind of burden on my hands, that I now have this object that's not mine and have to try to return it to the owner. That being said, I think I would say at least that there's a reasonable limit to that in terms of what you have to do to return it to the owner. If you find something, how far do you have to go in order to find the rightful owner? To the ends of the earth is probably a little bit too far. So what should I do? I mean, besides asking my neighbors, it could belong to anybody. I could pay money to advertise it in the newspaper or put it online somewhere. But then the legitimate question arises, well, what if somebody claims, "Oh yeah, I lost lottery tickets," and even if I don't tell them what was on the lottery tickets, there's probably not that many varieties of lottery tickets. "Oh yeah, they were ones with Christmas themes on them," and that's all I remember. So if somebody were to say that, then it would be hard for me to deny giving it to them, even if they were then kind of, in a sense, stealing them. So, well, what I decided to do was to take the money and give it to charity. I just gave it to our parish the next Sunday, and thought, well, that would be a moral way to deal with it. Maybe you disagree and think, no, at that point I could have just kept the money, and I guess I'm inclined to agree that would have been fine if I had just kept it. But I thought, at this point, I don't think I can figure out who owns them. I don't really think it's my money necessarily, so giving it away is maybe the next best option. Hopefully it helps somebody else out.